that was our exercise segment, and I hope that as we bring to you exercise every day of your weekday, that it encourages you to at least stand up and do something, even if it's just a 15-minute walk every day. I can assure you it would be absolutely the best thing for your health. And now, to continue our conversation, we're moving on to our health segment. And here on not only Good Morning Abuja, NTA Channel 5, generally we like to bring awareness to you about important things, your health, everything that you can imagine. And today is no different, as we will be delving into health. And I'm talking about sickle cell. Now, this is something that affects millions of Nigerians, and babies are still born every day with this illness. And on NTA Channel 5 today, we have somebody here in the studio who I'm sure that when we finish having this conversation will inspire you to know that even if you have a challenge, you can still rise up and do something about it. And I'm talking about Shehu Olaitan Mohammed, who is here in the studio with us today. You're welcome to our studio, sir.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
Sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
sir, like you mentioned, I know we talked about a lot of things before we started talking
Yes.
about this interview.
Yeah.
And you mentioned being a survivor and all of the challenges that you've had, and of
Yes.
course, how you've lived your life. So let's start the conversation by talking about some of your experiences, your life experiences.
Thank you very much. Well, like I said earlier, I'm a sickle cell patient. I'm a 55-year-old sickle cell patient,
Wow.
and I'm a chartered accountant. I run my own audit firm. In a family, from a polygamous family, but my mother has 4 of us that are sickle cell. All our male children are sickle cell patients.
Wow.
We're out, only me survivor. And growing up as a sickle cell patient is not a joke. You go through many traumas, illness upon illness, but it takes the will of God and your own strong will to really surmount it. Going through primary school, secondary school, A levels, university, and with the Nigerian situation of our health situation, is not an easy task.
Yeah.
Yes, so, but somehow this period of, look, I have to survive. I must not give up. Always propel me to ensure that I excel in whatever I do. Yes, and they did say that sometimes you think that you have a weakness,
Yeah.
but that weakness could as well be a real challenge for you to excel. From my own experience, I would say sickle cell has really helped me to excel.
Wow.
Yes, it's in my work ethics. I make sure that, look, I could get sick anytime.
Yeah.
So I make sure that I don't delay my work.
Wow.
Whatever I can achieve today, I don't leave it till tomorrow. Because, the sickness can come
That's
without
it.
notice.
Yeah.
So that is it. And like I always tell people too that, look, I'm a chartered accountant today, but for the fact that I'm a sickle cell patient. Sometimes in 95, about 4 years after leaving the university or after service, I have this serious complication of sickle cell.
Wow.
They call it osteomyelitis, multiple osteomyelitis.
Wow.
That is bone infection. It then resulted in what they refer to AVN, and I have to go through hip replacement, spend almost a year on admission in the hospital.
Wow.
So you see, all these issues are things that we need to bring to the fore, that look, even though we are going all through this, you should never lose hope.
Yeah.
You should always be courageous that, look, tomorrow will be better for you.
Yeah.
You can surmount these challenges.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's just the spirit for us.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Yes.
Very good one, I must say. Like I'm encouraged already, for all you have achieved with everything you have, been through. When you were talking, you made mention of health facility,
Yes.
So can you tell us how you've been able to manage your health, in this kind of environment where our health facility is not
challenging,
yet
yeah.
the
Yeah.
best?
So one of the survival techniques that I use, especially after leaving the university. Because by then, at least I have more awareness of the illness. When I was in school, I made sure that most of my friends are medical students.
Okay.
I can get more information from them. I can get them to explain things to me. And even some of our lecturers in the medical college, I'll make sure that I go to them, they explain things to me. So by the time I fall sick, these are my first line of support that I always call on. So like now, if I just break down now, I'm to go to National Hospital, I have people that I can call that, look, I'm on my way.
Yeah.
I find that they are there waiting for me. That's one thing. It has been very helpful to me.
Instead of you going and then have to stay on the queue.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, you know, you've spoken to us about how it has affected your life, but then the inspiring thing about you and your story is what you've chosen to do, the stepping stone you've chosen to carry it forward, you know, pay it forward, help others. So can you tell us now what you've planned for and what you hope that, because I know you have a book as well that you've written.
Yes.
I Am a Survivor, right?
Yes.
So maybe, I'm sure you want people to read that book, but apart from the book, which we want you to touch on, of course, what other ideas do you have that you want to share with our viewers today?
Thank you. Well, primarily I wrote that book because I want to share my own story. So the story of sickle cell patient is all about illness, death, and that we are just we can't do anything on ourselves. But the book allows you to have hope despite all the challenges. And one of the things I'm doing is that, the book, I call it I'm a Survivor, the story of my triumph over sickle cell pain. I plan launching it on 19th June, which is World Sickle Cell Awareness Day. And one of the things I'm trying to do to give back to the society, especially the sickle cell community, is to ensure that I enroll 100 sickle cell patients on the NHIS free.
Wow.
At least, because one of the things about us is that access to health is very, very key. If you can have access immediately, it's easier for you to surmount any complication. So that's just the main thing I'm looking at.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Program. And honestly, we're grateful that you're still here with us and you had the time to come and share. And
thank you very much.
Kudos to you for wanting to pay it forward. So
and because of your will, you will still live longer. Because most people need to hear you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Speaking with Shehu Olaitan Mohammed, and you've heard about his trials and his stories, and of course, I'm sure that has inspired you. And you know that what we want you to take forward from today is that as World Sickle Cell Awareness Day is just around the corner, that you take the time out to, you know, find out about this disease, share awareness so that we can all do better. I mean, we've come a long way from what sickle cell used to be to what it is now. So let's keep trying to drive that forward and share as much awareness. The conversation continues after this.